Welcome to the February 23rd edition of the Muskie Daily. Tonight, the Addiction Workshop, the new Concord Noise Ordinance, Carino's Pizza Challenge, and more, only here on the Muskie Daily.
The village of New Concord was established in 1828. Muskegon University came soon after in 1837, but it's not exactly a happy ever after.
New Concord residents and Muskegon University students coexist within the village, and they share the same laws. Some students are unhappy with the recent enforcement of town ordinances concerning noise and litter. Muskegon University students Nick Despot, Kayla Mays, Antonio Mihan, and Dustin Bennett related their concerns to Village Council on February 13th. Despot addressed council with their initial claim.
But we were trying to figure out what this curfew's about on the weekends and stuff with the partying and all that's going on because of on campus and stuff like that. So,
Ordinance B-4-95-1 sets time restrictions as Monday through Saturday from 10 at night until 7 in the morning and not until after 9 in the morning on Sundays. The ordinance was passed on April 10, 1995. Mays wanted more explanation of the laws and a chance to learn more about them.
What I'm just trying to get across is, maybe there could be some kind of relationship between the college housing or the village and the new rules set up so that, we're all on the same page.
New Concord Council member Jennifer Lyle addressed the fact that everyone in the village is subject to the same laws.
The expectations of the houses are the same regardless of who's living in them. So that means keeping the quality of life in this community, which has to do with snow or no snow, without having litter in the yard or on the streets. And I will add also broken glass connected with people traveling to and from parties.
New Concord Mayor Brett Essex told those in attendance he had recently met with Muskegon University officials to discuss changes.
Myself and our village administrator, Charlotte, met with president of the university and Janet Heater-Bass to that point of going, okay, how do we work together to make sure, great work, that we educate everybody of where the ordinance can be found, that you have the knowledge it's there, pass those out, go door to door with campus or with university police, with our police department.
Talk of common ground was moved to the back burner when council member Bill Kerrigan reminded students of the village's purpose.
The village isn't here to provide you a space to party in. That's not the village's role or job. The village is here to take care of the needs of all residents and make sure that they can all live in peace. It's not here to provide you with a space to party.
Kerrigan also talked of the frustration circulating among residents.
People are fed up. Homeowners are wanting to sell their house because they can't put up with it anymore. So if there's more enforcement, it's a result of frustration, of the lack of respect of students living in the community and trash and having to navigate. When I walk my dogs through certain neighborhoods, I can't go down certain streets because I know there will be broken glass in front of those houses and it can get into my dog's paws.
The students said they will be back at the next council meeting March 13th with more people. The meeting starts at 7:30 in the Village Hall basement. For Orbit Media News, I'm Brenna Busby.
History was made once again in the village of New Concord on February 10th as two Muskegon University students completed the Big Kahuna Challenge at Carino's Pizza.
Miller and Garrett Grayling are the first to ever complete Carino's Big Kahuna Challenge in New Concord.
I was at work and I saw like a flyer for Carino's and I knew they had the challenge, so I'm like, why not give it a shot?
Why not give it a shot, he says. I was immediately like, you know what, I can eat a lot, I can try this with him, why not?
While the two had the support of their fraternity, mixed feelings awaited inside the pizzeria.
The owner was real excited about it. Everyone else kind of seemed disgusted.
Yeah, they're like, we can't believe you're actually about to do this.
Luckily, Miller and Grayling had a strategy before competing in the challenge.
Well,
just eat it as fast as you can.
Yeah, it started off nice and fun. Like, look at all this pizza. it tastes really good. The slices are about this big. I'm just eating all this pizza until you get to about the third slice, and then you're like, oh, I don't feel like I'm really full. You get this message in your head every time you take a bite, and it's like, please stop doing that. Stop eating that pizza.
Unfortunately, the thrill of victory was followed by a not-so-great reality.
I think I slept for 13 hours after I finished it. I came back here, sat on the couch, couldn't keep my head up, just went to bed at like 7, woke up the next day at 7.
I didn't feel very good, but after about a couple hours, I'd say about an hour and a half almost, I was pretty much normal.
For Orbit Media News, I'm Logan Weaver.
The New Concord Area Addiction Coalition is once again speaking out about addiction. For the second time during this academic year, they will be hosting a symposium on Muskegon University's campus.
The New Concord Area Addiction Coalition is bringing their Addiction Symposium back to Muskegon University, only this time the event will be on a much larger scale. The symposium will feature 3 guest speakers and 5 breakout sessions along with lunch. Muskingum University Minister Will Mullins believes this event is very important to the community.
I know firsthand that Muskies suffer from addiction. And I know that there are Muskies that so desperately want to graduate. And they come from families that have addiction. And I don't want them to have a stigma placed on them. I want them to be able to reach out for help and to change their lives and to get past this addiction and to learn how to manage it. So being a part of this, I hope, is just a small step to raising our conscience of being able to reach out to people with addiction.
The Addiction Symposium will be held Saturday, March 18th, with the day beginning at 10 in the morning in Boyd Science Center and registration beginning at 9:30. For Orbit Media News, I'm Chris Morgan.
Last Friday, Muskies left the Walter K. Chess Center with a motherload of art and craft supplies after a Muskegon Programming Board event.
G57, one more.
You would expect college students to be out partying on the weekend, but last Friday night, some Muskegon University students preferred a nice game of bingo.
And I won me some Sharpies, or whatever these are, crazy arts. So that was a good day.
Up for grabs were a wide variety of arts and crafts supplies ranging from staplers to easels to hot glue guns. With a lower turnout than usual, students had better odds of winning and could do so up to 3 times. Almost everyone came away from the event a winner, including Jacob Messenger. To him, Arts and Crafts Bingo doesn't offer the exciting prizes the more traditional Muskegon Programming Board bingo events tend to have.
I'd rather have, we had one bingo. I think it was the first one. I went to that one, and they had a bunch of electronic stuff, they had TV and everything, so I think that's pretty cool. If they can bring those out, I'd be pretty pumped. I think a lot of people would show up for that.
For Orbit Media News, I'm Chad Holmes. The 89th Oscars air on Sunday, February 26th. Aaron and Matt share their thoughts on the nominations in this week's 1-Minute Review.
Going for the gold on this 1-minute review.
We got the 89th Oscar nominations, and I'm pretty sure that La La Land is probably gonna get a lot.
Clean out, 14 nominations.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's starring Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone.
Both up for Best Actor and Actress.
Yeah, and it's up for 2
original songs, which is completely unfair.
Then we have Hacksaw Ridge.
Up for Best Picture.
Yeah, and Andrew Garfield is up for Best
Actor, which is also pretty cool. Big surprise for Best Actor was Viggo Mortensen. Haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah, he was the guy from Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy. That's awesome.
That is awesome. Also, Meryl Streep and Natalie Portman are up for Best Actress.
A lot of competition this year.
We got Best Visual Effects. You got Doctor Strange and Rogue One going up against each other.
I kind of hope Rogue One gets it.
I want Rogue One to get it.
Just because they do a lot of cool, very reserved visual effects, but they're very outstanding. Very polished film all around.
It's a great film, period. We have to discuss this. Best hairstyling and makeup.
Star Trek Beyond,
and Suicide Squad, and some other random movie.
What's the random movie? Do we know?
I don't even know.
Okay.
We'll see what happens on February 26th when the Oscars air.
Jimmy Kimmel is the host as well, so it'll be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that's it for this episode of 1-Minute Review.
I'm DJ Ace.
And I'm Tree.
See you next time.
See you later.
Muskie women's basketball fell at home on senior day to Heidelberg in a tough battle, 79-77. Olivia Bazanson led the way offensively with 24 points, while the lone senior Mallory Taylor added a double-double, scoring 19 points and grabbing 10 rebounds. The loss put the Muskies on the outside looking in at the OAC tournament, as their season ended with a 10-15 overall mark and a 6-12 conference record. That's all the time we have for tonight's Muskie Daily. You can watch previous episodes online on our YouTube channel, Orbit Media TV.
For more information, you can check out orbitmediaonline.com. This is Chad Holmes, and from all of us at Orbit Television, have a good night, New Concord.